Hello and good morning or afternoon, depending on what time you're joining me today. Today I'm going to be taking you through a gentle warm-up through the body, which you can do at any time of the day, but it's just a really gentle flow to get the body moving. And also welcome to sunny and unpredictable far north Queensland, so if it starts to rain, I guess it's just something we have to deal with. Anyway, come to find a comfortable seated position in your yoga space. Grounding down through the sit bones on the mat. And just connecting to your normal breath, the normal rhythm. Feel as your breath rises in and out. Rising and falling. And as you do this, start to deepen that breath as well. So really breathing deeply through the entire body. And then exhaling, letting it all go. Take 2 more rounds of breath, then deep inhale. And exhale through the nose. And inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, slowly sweep the arms up above the head, maybe opening up the eyes. And on the exhale, slowly coming over to the right hand side, dropping down, reaching up and over, coming into a side bend, staying up high or coming down onto the elbow, but keeping that sit bone grounded. Take 2 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, sweeping up to center. And on the exhale, sweeping over to the other side for a side bend. Take an inhale and an exhale. And on your next inhale, sweeping back up to center. And then exhale to twist over to the right hand side, right hand behind for a seated twist. Using that inhale to lengthen up through the spine and the exhale to twist a little bit further. Take another inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, taking that back hand, sweeping it up and over the body so it comes to the front for a twisted side bend. Dropping through the shoulders but really reaching up from the base all the way out to the fingers. Take a round of breath here. On your exhale, planting that hand down and swapping over to the other side for a seated twist. Taking an inhale to lengthen and that exhale to twist. On your next inhale, painting the sky up and over, reaching up and over. Gaze maybe coming down. And we'll exhale the hands down, just bringing them down to the knees. We'll just work through the chin and chest a little bit. So dropping the chin down and just rolling it either side. Rocking it side to side. Just sweeping out and opening through the neck. Take 2 more breaths here. And then pausing in the middle, we'll come back up to sit. Bringing the legs out a little bit more so it's more of a square rather than a triangle. Bringing the hands out in front, we'll come down for a seated forward fold. So inhaling to lengthen and exhale to creep the hands down and forward. If your head can touch the ground, definitely go there. Or you can stay up pretty high depending on your flexion of movement. So it'll look different for everyone. Take 2 rounds of that deep breath here, maybe going a little bit further with each breath. And I'm hoping the rain sounds relaxing. On the inhale, slowly creeping your way up. And to target the other side, we'll swap the feet over and the legs over to the more uncomfortable way, popping the hands out in front. Inhaling to lengthen and exhale to come down, keeping those sit bones grounded firmly into the earth. Take 2 rounds of that breath here. On your next inhale, slowly creeping your way up, all the way to center. From here, we're going to move into a hands and knees position to come into our cat and cow. So sweeping yourself onto hands and knees, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and starting to move through our cat and cows. So on the inhale, the tailbone comes up, chest drops and chin comes up, taking an inhale. And then on the exhale, rounding down through the spine, rolling and reaching, chin comes to chest. On the inhale, rounding up through the spine, tailbone to sky, chin comes up. And exhale to round down, reaching through the body. 2 more times with your own breath. Start to get curious with the body and seeing how far it can stretch or bend. Returning back to a neutral spine now, taking the knees a little bit wider, we'll come into a little bit of a cat and cow flow. So bringing the hands a bit further forward. We take our inhale and move forward into the cow. And then on the exhale, sink the hips back, round through the spine and come into a child's pose. On the inhale, round and reach up, bending through the spine, coming up into our cow. And exhale to round and reach down into a child's pose. 2 more of these, inhaling up, curling and reaching up. And exhale to round and reach back. Inhale forward. And exhale, round through that spine and coming back into a child's pose. Just taking 2 breaths here in your child's pose. Pressing the head against the ground. Feeling as your body and belly breathes. Then on your inhale, slowly coming back up to hands and knees. Just coming back a bit on the mat. Keeping the knees underneath the hips. We'll bring the hands forward and down. Pressing the chest down into a puppy pose. Forehead can come down to rest. Really stretching and reaching through the arms here. Take 2 rounds of breath. Maybe going a little bit deeper with each breath. And on the inhale, slowly creeping back up to center. And just returning back to the center of your mat. Now we'll do a little pose that you've probably done in Pilates, but we'll do it here just to give the body a little bit more warmth. So taking the right leg out and left hand out in front. On the exhale, bringing knee and elbow together. Bringing them out on the inhale, and then exhale to bring them together. 2 more of these, inhaling out, trying to stay long through that spine. And then exhale together. Then on the inhale, planting the foot down, but planting the hand, but bringing the foot out. From here, we'll take a bend and step that foot forward. So we're in a kind of kneeling lunge position. From here, we'll take some bending and straightening through that knee, flossing out. It's called a nerve floss, this pose. So really just getting into the leg and knee. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Probably heard my knee pop just then. And if yours is popping, that's excellent. It means it's doing its job. On your next straight leg, we'll hold here. Maybe try and get the toes to come towards the head. Otherwise, you can stay on your hands, or you can come up a little higher if you need a little bit more access. Take 2 breaths here, really feeling that stretch. Feeling where it's targeting the most. Take an exhale and bend the knee, dropping through the hips. We'll come up high off the hands. Hands can come up into a pistol grip, so we come into a high lunge. You can bring that foot forward so that this leg is square. So always keeping that ankle stacked underneath the knee. Softening through the shoulders, maybe taking a gentle back bend here. Otherwise, if you're not comfortable with that, you can just stay here with your hands up. Take another round of breath. And then on the exhale, bringing the hands down and step that foot back to our hands and knees. All right, we'll move over to the other side now. So right hand and left leg. Inhaling out and exhaling, knee and elbow together. Inhale out and exhale together. 2 more, inhale out and exhale together. Keep it breathing. Inhale out, last one, and exhale together. Then planting the hand down, foot comes out. Staying strong, kind of like a kneeling 3-legged dog. Take an inhale and then exhale to step that foot forward. And we'll move through that flossing once again. Flossing back and forwards here through the leg. Being very mindful in this and noticing how your leg feels. Also, you can go at any pace you like. You can go fast or you can go slow. Just really getting into the leg. On your next straight leg, holding here. Toes maybe coming up or staying where they are. Take a few breaths to feel through this, or coming up. If you've got tight hamstrings, this is a great pose to do, but it will also be very difficult to do as well. So just give yourself that space. On the exhale, taking a bend through that knees, hands come to the front, really dropping through the hips, then lifting up into that high lunge. Option to stay here or come into that gentle back bend. Otherwise, take 2 breaths. On the exhale, dropping the hands down and stepping that foot back. We'll come up to stand now, but we won't come into a downward dog. So just gently bring the hands to the back of the mat, picking up through the feet and landing in a forward fold. We can inhale to come up into a halfway lift. Spine goes long. And exhale down, back into a forward fold. And then on your next inhale, we'll slowly roll up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Might take a few breaths. Slowly, so the head comes up last. Just take a moment to breathe here. Keeping the eyes closed. Grounding through the feet and the body. From here, from here, we'll do a couple of rounds of our sun salutations just to warm up through the body. So coming forward to the front of your mat, wherever that is for you, feet hip distance apart, slight bend in the knees. On the inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale to fold forward down into that forward fold. Inhale up into a halfway lift, and then exhale down back into that forward fold, and then inhale to sweep all the way back up. Keeping the arms here, we'll stay at the front of the mat, but I'll come here, grabbing onto the left wrist, exhale over to the right hand side for a side bend. Either keep the head down or bring it up. Take a breath here. On the inhale, coming back to center, grabbing onto the other wrist and exhaling over to the other side. It doesn't matter if you get your left and rights confused. We're doing both sides anyway, so if you feel a bit lost, don't worry. Bringing that inhale back to center, and then we'll exhale back down into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll inhale to sweep yourself all the way back up, keeping those hands up, staying at the top of the mat. On the exhale, bring the right hand behind, left hand in front, twisting over to the side for a side twist. Keeping the hands in line with the shoulders, gaze can come behind. Really reaching out through the center all the way to the fingertips. Take another inhale and exhale. Then inhale, twisting arms back to center. And then exhale, twisting over to the other side, left hand comes behind. Take 2 rounds of that breath here. We'll inhale, twist back to center, and coming down to the ground now, exhaling down, forward fold, inhale into a halfway lift, and exhale, just coming down, maybe hands and knees, coming into a comfortable seated position, just to gently finish off our practice. So coming down however you like. Now normally we'd finish in a laying position, but because this is a bit more active and warming us up for the day, we'll just finish with a gentle breathing. So gently closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. Just feeling into the body and any sensations that are arising. Does anything feel more lengthened or tighter? Just having complete awareness for this. And we'll gently finish off our practice with 3 rounds of deep breath all together. So just taking an inhale to prepare and an exhale. And then taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling up through the belly and the chest, and maybe going up into the upper chest. And then exhale through the nose all the way through the upper chest, and then belly. And inhale to fill up deeply, taking a deep breath in, and exhale to let it go through the nose all the way out. Last one, taking the deepest inhale you've taken today. Inhale to fill up, and then our last exhale will be a sigh. Slowly letting everything go. Bringing the hands now to the heart, thanking yourself for coming to this practice today, and thanking your body for warming up. Take a gentle bow down to the earth, thanking it for holding us today. I thank you all so much for joining me for this practice. Feel free to stay in this meditation or to come down into a laying meditation as well, our Shavasana. Otherwise, I'll see you for another online class soon. Thank you.